And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I'd like to begin by apologizing for the background noise. That's my air conditioner unit. So sorry in advance for the background noise there. It's either have that in the background or suffer because it would get really hot in here. So, you know. Trunk fresh hauler, that is pretty cool. Wingo review is probably going to be pushed back to tomorrow. I just wasn't able to get it done today. I mean, maybe I'll do it after I do the stream, but I probably won't. I'll just simply put it out tomorrow. Thoughts on X-Men 97 finale? I think it was interesting. Definitely not my favorite episode of the show, but I like where it's going. I like that they kind of allude to making like a new X-Men team with Forge at the end. I'm very excited to see who they pull from that. Ripslinger is the Plains version of Chick Hicks. That sentence couldn't be more true. He's even got the same color scheme. I'm excited. He won the next poll. I'm very excited to review him. I'm sorry in advance to anybody who finds it blasphemous that I included Ripslinger here. I'm sorry to anybody who finds it blasphemous that I included Plains, but sorry. But I thought having some planes in the background is very fitting, as I'm about to start work on a big planes-related project. Have you seen anything related to Transformers? Transformers is one of those franchises that I just can't get into. I just think the lore behind it is too goofy. It's really not something I'm interested in. It's something I have kind of a passing interest in. I'm not into it. I haven't watched anything, bought anything, you know? But, maybe one day I'll get into it. I don't know. I've come kind of close sometimes. Where are you going to buy impound snot rod? I honestly don't really have I don't really have plans. I don't really have any plans, quite frankly. I mean, I don't really have a need to get it. I have DJ Boost and Wingo. I should get Snot Rod for the sake of completion. But I'm fine with the 3 I have now, quite frankly. Race Official Tom has a brother, which is Race Official Tim. I don't think it was his brother. I think I said it was his nephew, right? Or cousin or something? Did I say brother? Am I going to repaint him to make him more unique? No, I don't think I'm ever going to use him ever again. I simply Used him now before I repainted him. I don't think you're gonna see Race Official Tim in Cars Adventures in the future. Unfortunately, for all the die-hard Race Official Tim fans out there. Cancel my stream to watch a better one. See, Rusty's 95. I saw you were doing a live stream today, and I was like, man, I wanted to do a live stream today, and I was gonna do a custom painting stream. And then I saw your post where you were like, I'm gonna be doing a custom a stream today, painting a custom, and I was like, shoot, I can't stream now. And then I saw that you canceled. I saw that you canceled yours. So I was like, oh cool, I guess I'll do a stream now. We're going to be joined by World of Cars Entertainment in just a minute. Let me just answer. There's another question I wanted to go through. Have you seen any movies of this month? I have not, but I'm going to see the new Planet of the Apes tomorrow, actually. So, I've heard very good things about it. I just caught up. We just watched the recent trilogy. They're really good, like, better than they have any right to be. And I've heard nothing but very good things about the new one. Snot Rod's been dead in Cars Adventures since 2018. It was a whole thing. If Thomas characters existed in the Cars universe, how would that play out? I think the two factions would have a battle to the death, and only one would survive. I wonder who it'll be. Thoughts on Mufasa the Lion King? Bad. No, thank you. Nope. Like the rest of the world, I think it would have been fine if they just traditionally animated it. Then I don't think anybody would complain. People would still complain, but considering Thomas takes place in the 1940s, all the Thomas characters are dead. But Lizzie's like from the 20s, so dude, don't ruin my spirit. You're telling me that the Fat Controller has died, presumably of old age at this point. That makes me pretty cross. I'll give you that. That's so depressing. How do you store your haulers / deluxe cars? Just with the regular ones. I have haulers in their own little section. I've actually been struggling recently because I'm trying to move some cars in my collection into bins. And I'm trying to find bins tall enough to fit cars like the double-decker bus. How did Doc die if Lizzie is still around? Well, I mean, look at real life. People die at all kinds of ages. It's not impossible for Lizzie to have outlived Doc. We're on Sir Top. I'm at the third now. No joke. It's canon. Yeah. Wait, are these those characters from that one movie? Almost remembering the name. Yeah, I don't remember where these guys came from, but I just got them. But they were certainly somewhere in the world. I like the fact that I put Plains characters in my background for one stream, and everybody in the chat is like, "Wait a minute, that's not right." Opinion on Track Talkers. Every day I forgot they existed, and I'm now shocked that they're still a thing. Is that the plane from Top Gun? Dude, no way. Is that Goose? No, Eduardo, you're not late. We started 9 minutes ago. You're good. Yo, is that the plane from Top Gun, bro? Yes, all of these are Tom Cruise. Yeah, the fact that the track talkers are still around and now like getting a spot in Walmart again, I find so odd. I mean, good for them. It's not a line I care about, you know. Why no Cruz? I don't know, but they're missing like a lot of characters. From what I remember, they've made McQueen, Mater, Storm, Sheriff, Francesco, I think DJ, and Mac. And then a little Glow Racers pack and a Road Trip McQueen that apparently reuses the same sound chip from regular McQueen, which is kind of lame. Anybody else? Yeah, I said Francesco. I think that's the entire line, guys. Yeah, that's 3 years. 3 years and just that is interesting. That's not much. Like I said, it's a miracle track talkers are still going. I guess they sell well enough. I guess. I mean, they're cheap. They talk. That's kind of it. I don't think I've ever had a line that I've almost but not completely forgotten about more times than the track talkers. Exactly. Thank you, Rashid. That's exactly how I feel about it. Every 6 months, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, those are still a thing. And like, guys, they never make new ones. The last 2 years of track talkers have just been like repaints. And like, think of the characters they could make hypothetically. I mean, we're lucky we got more than just McQueen and Mater if you're a fan of them. I don't think I know any fans of them. Eventually they're gonna be forgotten. I think they're already fast tracked to be forgotten if they haven't been already by most people. Ramon was canceled supposedly. Well, that sucks. You gotta cancel the like best character. Anybody else? Ramon makes perfect sense. Is there anyone else we know of? His sound chip was on the Mac playset? Okay. Why? Did they, like, interact separate? Did the different characters interact separately with things? GRC track talkers or something. Considering they did the Glow Racers and on the road ones, I could totally see them doing that. The only problem is you would have to make a new mold for McQueen, but they could reuse Francesco. Anyway, we're gonna open up a call now with World of Cars Entertainment, who's been a repeat offender of joining the Ty Talks Live late live streams, where we tend to just go on tangents. We'll probably go on tangents. Oh shoot, I forgot to mute the stream on my laptop. There we go.
Hello.
Where's Lewis Hamilton in the GRC? He got lost on his way there.
He got sucked into a computer and is now a
Fortnite. He's now a Fortnite skin.
Let's see. Jeff Kloskowski died finally, and Nigel.
I like to think
he
became the Prime Minister of England. He went into politics.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking something like UK related.
I mean, honestly, if we want to go this route, we could say Jeff is retired and just didn't come back for the GRC.
I mean, that's like the most obvious one since we do know he is retired.
He is retired. I mean, so is McQueen, but, like, you know.
Mattel needs money.
Yeah. It's fine. You could come out of retirement for a little bit. I've seen like 30 boxers do it to go fight Jake Paul. So, oh wait, this is the part where I re-edit my my stream title to put your name in it. Hold on.
I personally don't like the trash talkers. That's my name for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something I never paid attention to, and I find it funny that people have asked me about them pretty frequently. But see, I have this frequent problem, and this isn't a dig against anybody, but I've had several times over the years where people will ask me about just miscellaneous pieces of cards merchandise I have no interest in. I don't buy
Yeah.
I don't buy everything just because there's a Cars logo on it. You know,
Yeah.
people were asking me a lot if I was interested in getting the on the road Happy Meal toys, and I was like, I really have no use for them.
Okay, I did,
You did,
buy
yeah.
like a couple, but only because there was no merchandising for On the Road out, and I just wanted something from On the Road.
Right, yeah. I think a lot of people did that. And in hindsight, could I have done it and gotten some good views from it? Yeah, but my channel isn't monetized. So, like, that's the type of thing where, like, there are a lot of Cars things I'd buy to make videos on if I could get my money back.
I'm surprised your channel's not monetized, considering I think you have more subscribers than me.
Yeah, I've been just terrified that YouTube will see it and then mark all my videos as made for kids and then just not give me money. Which I don't think will
Fair.
happen. A friend of mine just got monetized the other day, and things are going fine for him. I just don't think that's how that works.
I
But
remember it took me like 3 months to finally be monetized. Like I did the process and it took like 3 months.
I applied for it like 2 years ago, and then was like, okay, one day I'll finish it up, and then just never did.
Okay, I don't have a problem with track talkers. It's more so I just don't like how they take up so much space at Walmart, considering we don't have much space to begin with.
And just considering there aren't new ones out, like if there were new ones out, I could give you a pass. But there's nothing going on in the track talkers department. But like people have asked me about the track talkers, and it's like I really don't have a use for them. I don't have space for them. Like what am I don't have a need for them.
Yeah.
It's just not something that interests me. I don't go that far beyond the regular Cars diecast line.
Hey, I finally found Case D at my Target. That for people who don't know, because we obviously know, you totally know, but people in the chat might not know what's in Case D.
I don't know what's in Case D.
I was trying to save you embarrassment from you asking me what's in Case D.
It's fine. It's fine. Everybody knows I suck with case number. I live in waves. I organize things like normal toy lines do, and I just remember them by what new releases are out in the wave.
Fair. I mean, I only remember what's in the new stuff. That's Cave Mater, Slime McQueen,
Oh,
Ghost
good.
Tractor.
Yeah, I've been
For
missing
the-
that. Other than a grocery store by me got the Ghost Tractor in a few weeks ago. But I gotta get the Mater. I have like 32 Cars items I have to review right now, so I'm kind of hoping I don't find any new stuff right now. But
I do know Piston Cup Productions. He sent me a picture. There was 4 Cave Maters in his Walmart.
oh wow, okay. So we're getting somewhere. What month did that
so-
wave come out? Because it's one
It
of the
was-
earlier waves. It's just been taking a while to get to places.
I know.
A lot of people have been
It's
asking me
because-
if I found the cars from it, but I haven't yet,
So-
obviously.
It's Walmart kind of skipped it. Okay, no, they didn't skip it. They got it, but they kind of just got it like once, and then they went to Cave F.
My stores are so far behind. I haven't found Rodette Marker.
Dang. Actually,
Yeah, and I've heard she's been like a super peg warmer in other places. I've heard she's
I
been
feel like,
all over.
I wouldn't say peg warmer, like not Gearstein Marshall peg warmer, more
Right.
like a Sally kind of peg warmer.
Right. For the record, my grocery store that got the Ghost Tractor in had one other car, and it was Gearston, and I was very disappointed.
Gearstein, it's the pain of my existence.
If you don't want to find anything, don't go to stores. Well, yeah, but see, there's this thing called FOMO, and also like, I'm terrified that if I don't go, that will be the week my stores get something new in.
Yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yep. There was this one Walmart
I don't want to
that,
miss
like,
it. It's as simple as that.
There was this one Walmart that, like, I know they never did anything, mainly because when I went there, they literally had, like, 7 on-the-road cruises and, like, 5 of the green,
Nile last weekend.
Yeah, so many. I was like, okay, well, they're not going to restock anytime soon. Their pegs are completely full. I went there last week, and they had a little sidekick at the end of the store. And they had nothing but Case D, but there was no Cave Mater, nor Ghost Tractor, nor Slime McQueen. So, yeah.
Hypothetically, what if you're a person who found an error on a car but passed on it because you already had the car? I wouldn't do that. Have you met my personal best friend, Miles Axelrod, I found at Target a year and a half ago with no eyes or windows? This is my favorite thing in my collection, okay? I found it at Target, and I was like, no one's gonna believe me, so I made sure to take a picture in Target of it.
I found an error one time where the Next Gen Easy Idol, he was in a 2-pack with RPM.
Mm-hmm.
I found the error where there was 2 Next Gen Easy Idols.
This is getting out of hand now. There are 2 of them. You see, if I wanted to, I could just sell the Miles for like $300. And
I bought it just in case. I might sell. I mean, I just bought it. I don't know why I bought it.
I made
a trouble buying too.
My rule is if I find an error, where it's a car swapped out, I probably wouldn't go for it. If I find an error where the car is missing their eyes and windows, like what I just showed, I'm gonna buy it, which I did. My Walmart somehow restocked with the breaker case. Yeah, Carson, I remember you telling me that the other day from a few weeks back. Now it's back to being just Ghosts, Ringmasters, and a Nile.
Is it funny that I literally... So my stores... my Target's actually kind of improved in their stock, but there's like Chisaki, because, you know, Sheep had worn like crazy last year.
Golf cart,
the year before. And there have been 2 Chisakis on the pegs for 6 months. Always have been 2. I literally bought them last week because I was sick and tired of seeing them.
Put them out of their misery.
And then this week they restocked on Tasty. So maybe because of me buying Chisaki, they restocked.
You're a hero. Congratulations.
Hey, that's how we get our targets to restock. Buy everything in there.
Then they're forced to do it unless they haven't gotten new stuff in. My favorite game is going every weekend to Target to see how many cars I could find that say new for 2022 on their boxes. It's depressing.
Wait, actually?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh.
It's bad. It was like a countrywide issue last year that Targets were way behind on cars.
Okay, well, yeah. Last year,
but
now,
it's mine are bad. Don't come to New Jersey.
Noted.
In general, no, I'm in a nice part. People are like, I have a friend of mine who's on my server, and she and messaged me once going like, "Hey, I heard you said you were from New Jersey. Were you being serious?" I was like, yeah. They were like, okay, well, so am I. Can you help me out with some stuff? I was like, okay. I think we got a bad reputation. It's a nice state. There are just like, I guess, bad parts, but I'm not near there, so. Other than my Walmart.
Have you got any new cars recently?
Well, I was sent a shipment of 30 from a friend of mine, so yeah.
Yeah. I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
I may not have spent 200 on only 3 cars.
Nice. I'm about to spend 100 on about 15, but they're so good I can't even say who they are. So I can't leak it.
I'm gonna say mine because they're really cool, and I wanna say my purchase was good for spending.
$200 for 3 cars. I'm gonna judge you as somebody who the most expensive Cars item I've ever bought is probably Rolling Bowling Mater. The most money I've spent on a single was Yojimbo, who I got for like 45, but it was also kind of free because of an eBay coupon. I rarely pay more than 20 for a single. Okay, so I'm about to judge you with my frugal spending habits.
Okay. So, for context, the person that sold this, do you know the BDD One of Cars forum?
Yeah, he's selling his collection, right?
Yeah, I bought that stuff. I'm sad that he's.
Is the website?
I understand.
Dude, the website still better be up, or I will literally make one myself.
I know. I asked him. He didn't respond. I don't know if it's just because he didn't I don't know if he can translate. I don't know if he knows English.
If they literally, I can't make a video without consulting that website sometimes. Like, it needs to still be updated. And if it isn't, I'm literally going to make my own Cars database website. I'm literally going to do it.
I actually know someone who kind of worked on one in his spare time in 2022, but he said he just kind of does it in his free time, just casually works on it. But I'm going to tell him that if he is quitting, I'm going to tell him that he might want to get it done soon. Because he showed a little bit of a blueprint of it. It was kind of cool. He had, like, the storytellers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would basically just make
background for each.
I made a Cars Diecast wiki once, which got kind of screwed over when it was just me and like 2 other guys working on it, and it got kind of screwed over when one guy came in and just made inaccurate information. So I was like, okay, if I do this again, I'm just gonna do it with like I'm gonna make like a brain trust of people that I know what they're doing.
But anyways, okay. Here's the 3 cars I got. Stu Scatter Shield.
Okay.
Perfectly, like, it's loose, but it's in perfect condition.
Yeah.
Heyday Louise Nash.
Okay, see, I count that as like a half variant. That's like kind of a variant.
It is different.
It is
different enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it is different. Like,
no, it is. It technically is. It's just kind of one of those like messy variants to me.
Because, like, the roof doesn't have matte finish, because I know she has matte finish on the top.
Are you talking about the Hydro Wheels Kelly Beambright guy? No. This is a different wiki Robin and I were working on. Yeah, last year the Cars Wiki had this one guy. I wrote a page for Hydro Wheels on the Cars Wiki, which is also a total mess. But I wrote a page for Hydro Wheels, and someone came in and edited, claiming Hydro Wheels would be back in 2023 with Hydro Wheels Kelly Beambright, who's one of the clowns.
Can we get Hydro Wheels now speak?
That would be amazing. See, I would buy some stuff from the BDD guy. I would. I know he's had decent prices, but I'm currently I'm about to place an order sold to me from a friend from mine in Spain. I'm about to drop $100 on some cars from a friend of mine in Spain. So I'm not gonna. I don't feel like paying for international shipping again.
Yeah, I was gonna say shipping is.
I'm gonna get.
And then the last item, San Diego Comic-Con Lightning Storm McQueen.
Okay. That is he in the? Okay. Yeah, that in box tends to go for about $75.
So I think I made a good deal.
Not bad.
Okay. The thing about Heyday Louise Nash is I can't even find any online.
Well, yeah, she was only in a 4-pack, and I think a lot of people wouldn't label her. Like I said, wouldn't label her.
Yeah, people don't really notice, and I had to make sure.
Your friend in Spain without the name.
I think he got a little annoyed with me because I kept making sure that Heyday Louise Nash was Heyday Louise Nash.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to make sure.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to Louise Nash in my Diecast History series. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, I guess, like, technically I label it as a separate variant. I don't know.
But I'm really excited to get these because, no joke, I am literally only missing, if you don't count the XRS cars as Cars 3 Diecast, I am only missing one Cars 3 Diecast car.
Which is who?
Next Gen Racing Tractor Shiny Wax.
Oh, okay. That's kind of an underwhelming one.
And it goes for like 60 or 70, I think.
Yeah, I never found him.
Like, I just have a feeling they're gonna re-release it at some point.
Remember when you said you might make Batgirl out of Flo for Batcar? Are you going to make that when you get her in the 2-pack with On the Road Ramon? That's a good idea. I need to bring back Batcar. I loved Batcar. Batcar is great. I only made, was it 4 episodes? I only did 4 episodes. Yeah, it's been on hiatus for almost a year. I need to get back to work on it. It was so funny.
We should probably talk about planes.
Ew. Yeah.
I mean, that's what. I mean, hey, you're the one who named it or told me it was planes focused.
Yeah, I did tell you before we started the call. I did tell him we were probably going to be talking about planes because they were in the background. Because I'm starting work on a big planes retrospective soon, which I'm sure I've mentioned on stream before, which I'm very excited to do. I haven't watched the movie in years, and I don't really think I should get into it now because I don't want to spoil the plans for my video. But it's like gonna be long planes video and then long planes 2 video.
Here's my short breakdown. Planes 1, bleh. Planes 2,
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. One time someone deleted every page of the Piston Cup wiki. Yeah, but that wiki is like a non-canon mess of just random information made by kids. They're like, Billy Oil Changer's grandma won the Piston Cup in 30:45.
Didn't they like say Jackson Storm only won like 1 race or something?
I don't know. I've never looked over there because it's just not a useful resource.
I remember looking at it because I think I saw it. I was kind of just curious.
Have you? Yeah.
I think the only thing I liked was I think they said like the King's grandpa or something raced with Doc Hudson. Something like that.
Bring Batcar back since Multiversal Dash is canceled. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a good place to pencil in the return of Batcar. Have you seen the Cool-Ection TV wiki? Somebody made him a wiki at one point. Oh god, why does it come up when I type? Why is it my first result when I type in COO? Okay, so I'm buddies with one of the main guys on the Cars wiki. He's actually an admin on my server, and I think what he said was this one guy they kept banning, who moved to the Cool-Ection TV wiki. So let's read. Okay, how does the Cool-Ection TV wiki describe itself? Let's see. Welcome to the Cool-Ection TV wiki. This wiki is for the YouTube channel Cool-Ection TV. On this wiki, you will find information regarding the Disney Pixar Cars movie franchise, along with information regarding the Cars diecast line by Mattel. Okay. Was this made by Cool-Ection TV?
I think it actually might have been. I think I remember he.
Okay, because it thanks Aquastrike, Bloost, and RC Cars 5. I don't know anyone by that name, and for helping me start this wiki. So I guess Cool-Ection TV did make it. It's kind of weird that he made a wiki and then named it after his channel and not Cars, but I think that would probably be a loophole to get around the fact that you can't make another Cars wiki, technically.
Maybe, yeah. I do believe he actually did. I think I remember he told me about that. Here's a random gloating moment of mine. I have his phone number, and I just texted him.
Okay, let's...
I've known him since, like, 2016, so...
Yeah, let's see. So people have actually been working on this wiki. Dude, that's crazy. I think I've said this before, but I have a page on the YouTube wiki, and somebody in the chat actually mentioned that earlier. I have a page on Wikitubia, and I think that's
funny. Do I have
funny.
a wiki?
I don't know.
I have a lot of great deep lore enough to have.
No, you don't. I looked up both World of Cars Entertainment and Aaron's World of Cars.
How about Aaron does World of Cars?
Yeah, I was just gonna do that, Aaron. No, but I have a page on there which was made years ago by a friend of mine, and then I think Robin runs it now. But this is this is the page of me on the wiki. Ahem. Quote, "Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. I never say everyone, I think I say everybody, but okay. Teacher Reviews Ty, born May 2nd, 2004, age 20, correct. Wow, someone went in here and updated it after my birthday, thanks. Is an American YouTuber who's who makes videos about Disney cars. Great grammar already, guys. He uploads videos on a daily basis. T-Toy Reviews, nobody calls me that, created his account on August 29, 2017. His first video was a review of Bud, a character from the popular Pixar, hyperlink, movie Cars. He began to make more videos about toys from Cars, Star Wars, Marvel, and other franchises. It wasn't other franchises, it was just those three. After a few weeks, he stopped making videos on other franchises and only focused on Disney Pixar Cars content. Not long after that, he started the Cars Adventure series, a series that's still running to this day. He also made many customs from double Disney cars. In 2018, he started a series called Cars That Should Be Made, which became very popular and helped his channel grow faster. Later that year, Ty released a few movies to go alongside his Cars Adventure series. The most well-known of these movies is Redline. Then it jumps to 2021. I think this is what Robin added more recently. In 2021, Ty released his biggest project yet, Ty's Cars 4, big movie project in celebration of the 15th anniversary of the Cars franchise. He made many customs for that. I could tell it's Robin. Robin's just talking about the cars I painted. Because he paints a lot of cars. In celebration of the 15th anniversary of Cars franchise, he made many customs for this, and several of his online friends helped him with voice lines and other things. In 2021, he also started working on another big video, which he would release in 2022, the Cars Iceberg. Cars Iceberg would quickly become his most viewed video. This video also boosted his subscriber count significantly. In mid-2023, Ty started a new channel called Muptown Funk, represent, created so he could have a separate place to release Muppets-related content. Muptown Funk shares a page with this. Okay, let's see. Content, okay. Content and personality. The majority of Ty's content is made up of Disney Cars reviews, where he takes a close look at new Cars diecasts. He often jokes about errors and mistakes on these diecasts, but never in a bad way. This was written before I saw Road Rumbler Mater, I can tell. Another major part of Ty's content is his Cars Adventure series, which follows the residents of Radiator Springs, the Tuners, and a few other characters, and their adventures taking place after Cars 3. The series has over 49 seasons.
Oh, dang.
With 24 episodes per season. I don't number them that way. It's divided into three different parts. I call them laps. So we're on lap 3 currently, and we reset to season 1 every time.
That's actually really clever.
I have way too many people who don't get that, though, and it's kind of annoying. They're like, is this a reboot? I'm like, no, it's lap 3. It's supposed to be like a good... It's like how comics will go back to number 1 to try to get new viewers on. I was like, if I label this season 35, episode 6, like, what am I doing? The series is often lighthearted with many recurring jokes and funny moments, but also has more serious and darker moments. Alongside his reviews and Cars Adventure series, Ty also makes a variety of other videos and series. These are series such as Cars Randomness, Errors and Inconsistencies, Weird Cars products, and many others. He often does live streams where he either repaints diecasts, reacts to some of his older videos, or just chats with people watching the live stream. Sometimes he does this on his own, but more often he does this streams with his online friends from the Cars community. Wow, that's what's happening right now.
No, I'm not. I'm just a figment of your imagination.
I knew it. Muptown Funk schedule, unscheduled. Shut up! I know I released like one video every 2 months there. I don't need to hear it. Is lap 3 the last lap? The amount of times I've been asked if lap 3 is the last lap. If I had a nickel for every time I was asked if lap 3 was the last lap of Cars Adventures, Jeff Bezos would be afraid of me. Yes, it is.
If I had a nickel for every time people have asked me when is season 7, I'd have enough money to buy the Motor Speedway with the South set.
You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have called it the final lap instead of lap 3. That would have been clever. That actually.
Nah, it's already taken.
Are you gonna get all the GRC racers and try to incorporate them into Cars Adventures? Yeah, I'd like to. I think I'm gonna wait a little longer just in case they make like the other World Grand Prix racers next year, just in case.
Someone asked, why were you not in the Piston Cup Productions movie?
Me? Or you?
Yeah.
How did you not get into Piston Cup Productions movie? How did I not get in? That's a really funny question. I don't know him.
I think it's because I was the editor of that movie, so I had a lot of awareness of what was going on behind the scenes. It's because I think he mainly asked people who are like on social media.
Yeah. No, I don't have a
like
connection to him.
Instagram and stuff like that.
I've never spoken to him. I don't have any sort of relationship with him, and I'm fine with that. I just think that's a really funny way to the T in T-Toy Reviews Ty stands for Ty, right? Yeah, it does. I hate my channel name, but I refuse to change it. Oh, there's another one I wanted to, there's another thing I wanted to read, which I forgot. I don't remember. What happened to Tai 2? Tai 2, threatened me with violent, no. I just stopped using it. The end. That's what the joke in the most recent episode is about. Yeah, and I think it was yesterday's Cars Adventures episode, starts with McQueen, like, saying to Sally, you know, a lot of people I've met don't understand what the word lap means. and they'll ask me, like, does that mean you're restarting the race? And I'm like, no, you're just continuing it. Yeah, I forgot I put a joke about people not getting the lap thing in the most recent episode. Yeah, I mean, Tai 2 it's a dead channel. If someone were to ask me what's your other channel, I'd say Muptown Funk. Subscribe to Muptown Funk. Muptown Funk is if you like content that's actually well made, go to Muptown Funk. If you like content that actually uses like footage and like is actually good, if you like videos like The Iceberg or Diecast History and you also like the Muppets, go to Muptown Funk, because literally every Muptown Funk video is like the highest quality content on this channel, but about puppets. Ty, how did you not star with Alec Baldwin in the hit movie Cat in the Hat? See, it's so funny to ask, like, why did you not do that? To ask me why I didn't do something with someone I don't know. I just think that's funny. Muptown 2, when?
Why weren't you the one to come up with the name RC Cars 5?
Well, you see, I came up with a worse name somehow. Hey,
RC Cars 5 was a perfectly fine name, just saying.
No, because it didn't have Mr. in front of it.
I think he almost changed it to Doctor at one point.
That almost has a better ring to it. Was it, like, out of fear of Disney, like, getting to him because Disney was in his name?
Okay, well, Piston Cup Productions exists. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be like if he wants to make merchandise, can you really go around saying Disney? When I first heard it, I was like, oh, he put Mr. in his name. He wants us to see him as an authority. And I was like, that's how I read it. And I was like, maybe...
That's the best way to describe him just as a whole.
I was like, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just like, wait, Disney's in my name. Maybe, like... You know. Have you gotten any strikes on Muptown Funk? I don't have any strikes, but I've had a plethora of copyright claims. My longest video on Muptown Funk is currently blocked in the UK. So, shout out all my UK viewers. You can't watch one of the best videos I've ever made.
Can we talk about how awful the Ivy diecast is?
Gets a doctor degree in toy cars. Guys, not too loud. I don't think we could say this.
I just totally had a random thought. I'm just randomly looking at my on-the-road cars and I just see Ivy in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, her color scheme was just off. I think the Mini Racer did Ivy's color scheme better.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Disney store somehow did Ivy better, which is disappointing.
Oh, yeah. I think I also just don't like the wheels.
Mm-hmm. I've liked her more. My consensus when I got Ivy was simply like, it's not the best, but I'm just happy that we have her.
Yeah, I feel like Mattel was just struggling to find a way to release her.
Because I feel like the Ivy diecast screams there was not much budget to make this item. Which is not something I think I've ever said for a Cars item other than that.
But at the same time, like, it kind of does, because, like, the undercarriage, like, or the side undercarriage has, like, a lot of detail that, like...
But
It
also,
is
I think a big issue is she's missing the suspension that like the Monster Truck Mater
Yeah.
cars have.
Yeah,
But
I was about
also,
to say that, like,
but also, those were made 14 years ago, so maybe that's just simply something they didn't have interest in doing anymore.
but the monster truck from Cars 1 has it too, the suspension.
Oh yeah, okay.
What's his? I can't remember.
Craig
his name.
Phaster, and he was back out in 2022.
Yeah. They were released the same year. Well, actually, no, Ivy was 2023, but still. Part of me just wants to buy another Ivy, or just probably use the one I have, and just switch it out with a base with the Monster Truck Mater diecast. I don't know which one, but
I think the best option would be to put her on Craig Phaster's base.
wouldn't they grab him real quick? I need to compare the size of the tires. Yeah, no. Ivy's tires are double the size of Craig Phaster's.
Does McQueen appear in Cars 3 is something my friend asked me before watching Cars 3. Hey, in some franchises, the main character goes missing like 2 movies in.
I mean, after Cars 2, I wouldn't blame him asking that.
Would you say the movie prop would have been a deluxe? I don't think so. It's not very big.
Wait, which one?
The UFO that we're getting from On the Road.
Oh. Why do I feel like they're going to, though? Like, because it's gonna be like at a weird angle or something.
He's saying, would it have been a deluxe if it weren't in a 2-pack? I don't think so. I think Frightening McMean is better proportion for Ivy. That's not a bad option. But I feel like the top is too big. I don't know.
It's always funny, like, seeing, like, what cars could be a single that were deluxes, or, like, what cars could be,
Yeah.
cars could be a deluxe.
The Plastic Ivy is the thing. What about Plastic Ivy? Are you about to vouch for Plastic Ivy being better than Metal Ivy? Maybe the face is better. Whereas
I'm about to say, like,
didn't you write like a 5-paragraph essay on the Ivy diecast in my comment section? I think I like replied by saying like I don't think I've ever seen somebody like. And Rashid and I are friends, so he gets this. But I think I replied to be like, "You just said so little in so many words. You just went on and on and on about the Ivy diecast, and like, it's a toy car."
It's something to put in a playset.
I think the Plastic Ivy has a better expression. No, but the base has suspension. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Does it? See, I know a lot of people who
I have the Plastic Ivy.
From the Loop set.
I remember buying all the On the Road playsets, thinking like, oh, they're gonna make a playset from each short. I cannot wait to display all of them.
No. I'm still depressed that they replaced the Stories That track with thinner track.
Okay, I would have been okay with it if they made like an adapter.
I was expecting them to make an adapter. I was kind of surprised they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people who... a lot of people ask me if I was getting the On the Road playsets just to get the plastic cars. And it's like, when the die-cast version comes out, what am I gonna do with them?
Yeah, what if we get a diecast version of the Rocket Mater from the South?
Like, that's inevitable. So we get the Racing Center, which is my favorite location for On the Road. Well, we know it was probably cut. I've seen... there's a Big Lots by me, and I have seen... that's the only Cars item they've had for the past year. Like, one day I'll put it out of its misery and buy it. That's my two Chisakis.
The Soft Flats Mater, I can't remember the proper... I'm just calling it Soft Flats Mater.
Super Speed Mater.
And I remember literally getting a Dremel and cutting it, trying to make a die-cast version of it, and it went horribly wrong.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
I tried. I failed. So, it looked cool, too, because I was using, like, the new Mater, so it had, like, that, like, cool expression.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of fit more.
Yeah.
I will admit, the plastic one's not that bad.
No, it's not.
It's just it's the front of Mater that sticks out. That's a little under-detailed.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want to go back and try and get it now, just because... but at the same time, like,
I would just use tinfoil and wrap Mater in it. That's a solution. There you go.
Yep.
That works.
I'm gonna do that now.
We need, like, people in the Cars community to get 3D printers, okay?
We do.
That would be pretty nice.
I've been seeing people do 3D print stuff recently.
Good.
I've seen like Piston Cupster. I don't think you know who that.
I know who that is. I just don't know him personally.
He's been 3D printing some stuff. He's been 3D printing like background cars. Like they're not like crazy detailed. It's kind of like a. You know that like a very like the hollow plastic Acer.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
But like it works well because it's filling out a background.
Yeah.
Like his
yeah.
display.
If you, I mean, it's hard because the cars are metal. If you look, like, the Star Wars figure customizers are insane what they're doing with 3D printing. It is wild what they can do and the stuff they're making. And I'm like, can I just have that over here, please?
You know, it's really funny that we used to, the Cars community used to have, like, adult collectors in, like, 2006/7.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
interesting that those left. If you go to early Take 5 a Day comments, it's like, these are people with children. It's like,
yeah,
how is it, where are they?
they left after Planes came out.
I
Or,
would,
like,
I would too.
So, if you're wondering, Cars 2/Planes killed the good side of the community.
I mean, Planes came out in 2013, which is the same year a certain someone started their channel. Huh. Wonder if there's a
Cars Toys movies. Actually, I think didn't.
I think those are
Disney?
around then.
I think it was 24. It might have been 2013.
I don't remember. Anyway, what matters is the adults are gone. We're unsupervised.
Actually, there's adults are kind of starting to return to the community.
Well, there are some. We just, like, they're not over here. They're on, like, Facebook.
But these adults are kind of toxic.
Oh, great. Okay.
They're like Hot Wheel scalpers.
Cool. Then you're
yeah.
not part of the community. Then you're a Hot Wheels scalper. You don't
Yeah.
deserve to be here.
It's funny because they keep thinking Radiator Springs McQueen's a chase.
Can somebody please tell them that the Cars line hasn't done chases in 10 years?
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. Like they keep, like they thought the Racing Red were chases, which I could see from the first glance. You might.
Well, I
think
mean,
that.
and they were kind of limited edition.
Yeah, but like they thought Slime McQueen was a chase.
Just tell them that the chases would be specially marked. I'm going to.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to find them.
I mean, like, Hot Wheels has like 4 different brands for chases, like treasure hunts or like that kind of stuff. But I mean, Cars hasn't had anything like that for a long time.
They don't belong on this track. There we go. That's. I mean, honestly, I leave it to the Cars community to have a bunch of adult scalpers come in and immediately make wrong assumptions about the merchandise. Only in this fan base would we get that.
Yep.
Technically, the last chase was Metallic Transforming Queen. That was a super chase, though. But yeah.
The super chases kind of took over the chases.
And then they went away, never to be seen again, until they're inevitably brought back.
But I believe that chases will return and save. That was my Avatar Last Airbender quote.
Hey, everything changed when the Hot Wheels scalpers attacked.
Long ago, the diecast community lived in harmony, then everything changed when
Planes released.
when Planes released.
Remember when we used to be called...
the community was like at the highest at that point, though.
Remember when we were called the Cars and Planes community? You should remember. You made a whole movie about.
No, I don't recall this.
I was so confused when I watched that. I was not in the loop.
I was a part of that. I remember training to be a moderator for 8 months.
Foiled again. Wow. I've been left alone. Shouldn't have mentioned I shouldn't have mentioned the Decap movie. I don't think Chases will ever come back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a preference. Okay, so it looks like we've lost Aaron. Oh no! Somehow World of Cars Entertainment returned.
Hello. Sorry, I got a phone call.
I just thought that I upset you too much by mentioning your Cars Community movie.
Yeah, that's clearly what happened. Also, what movie?
Yes. That video I've made, I just joke about now. And then people don't stop bringing it up, and then it becomes a problem.
I'm just happy one of my movies got canceled. It was literally done. It was literally done, about to be uploaded.
What was it?
And then it was like during season 2 as well. It was like it was just a random movie that I just made off the spot. It was I don't even remember what it was called, but basically the plot is it takes place in 2015, which I don't know why I did, because I always like try to make.
You went in order.
Yeah, I always went in order by like year. And basically the plot of the movie is a fire breaks out in Radiator Springs, and you need to hire a second firefighter.
And you said that's good enough to be a movie?
And
that's like the plot of like 3 Cars books, man.
but McQueen knew Dusty, and so he hired him.
Oh, now it's yeah, I was waiting for that part.
And then Professor Z teams up with, and they're the ones causing the fire.
Wait, that's amazing.
So Mater
I love that it's not just a natural fire, it's just the 2 previous Cars villains setting things on fire.
Yes. And then Mater calls Finn and Holly, and they literally give him that disguise tech, and then he becomes a firefighter. Because that's how disguise tech works.
That's not how that works, it was a hologram.
Well, tacos were flying out of Vader. Explain that.
The tacos aren't real.
That's some good holotech. Because remember, the holotech says it needs a smooth surface, yet they were able to create tacos flying out of him.
Well, yeah, I mean that. Yeah, it said a smooth surface. They can do whatever they want after that.
And I think like the movie ended with a cliffhanger with Chick Hicks. This is like when Cars 3 leaks started appearing, right. And ended with Chick Hicks saying, trying to say, I should train a racer, and I couldn't remember the name while filming that scene, and I said Smokey Storm.
Oh, Smokey Storm, my favorite. Smokey Storm sounds like the worst kid you knew in high school who would vape in the bathroom and set off the fire alarm. And everyone would call him. He would go by Smokey Storm, but nobody else would, because everyone would hate him. You'd all be lined up because of a fire alarm at 8 a.m. in the middle of your biology class, and Smokey Storm's at it again. You wouldn't call him that, though, because the whole point is that he thinks he's cool, and he's not.
I'm so happy I did not release that movie. I had a trailer at one point too, and like a clip. And Francesco showed up because he wanted to have a rematch with me.
It just feels like you took did you just put names in a hat? Like plot point. It feels like you took every plot point from Cars that was hanging ever, and we were just like,
Yes.
okay, well, McQueen knows Dusty, and he's gonna rematch Francesco, and Finn and Holly come back and make Mater a firefighter, because Dusty is a firefighter, but who's starting the fire? It's Chick Hicks and Professor Z teaming up, as they're known to do. I mean, I can't speak. I had a group of evil next gens team up with the Lemons in my series, so. I mean, having the villains work together.
If Cars was out, I would have Emo Derpy Cars team up with Brother Z probably.
Well, I actually did that. Just because they looked damaged, I didn't have enough lemons at the time.
Fair. I mean, you have 2 lemons in the Demo Derby. So.
Pretty much.
It runs.
The funny thing is, the Demolition Derby cars have been in jail in my series for the past 6 years because I kind of forgot about them. And literally, an episode a week ago, I finally cleared that up. And I felt so free because I've finally cleared up all the stupid decisions I made in my series 5 years ago. And I could just, like, be free now. The current storyline is about Fillmore kind of going crazy because he wants to keep Radiator Springs peaceful because he goes to the Demolition Derby and is like, wait, this is so violent. And he gets knocked out and has this terrible dream about how violent the world is, and now he wants to fix everything.
You should get some tires. Fix everything.
I'm plotting out the next season, and the subplot may or may not star Lizzie, and I think that's amazing. My goal is to do one season about every main Radiator Springs character before my series ends. Also, can you even call this the first stream of the summer? Technically, summer starts in June. I got off of school on Monday, so it's summer to me.
I know a lot of people get off school like next week, so yeah, basically summer.
You still have Herb to deal with. Yeah, well, Herb was a loose end from Lap 2. So that's deliberate, not dealing with the Herb stuff.
I have, like, an extra Slime McQueen because I found 2 at my Target. And I bought 2 because, like, it has a different expression if you remove the slime piece.
Yeah.
And I just have been putting the slime piece on just random Cars 3 model McQueens.
Is it 104 days of summer vacation? No, but I'm off for 106 days this summer. And I was...
Ooh.
I was a little disappointed that I was 2 days off.
Just go 2 days early.
Show up. Hey, guys. I'm just in class. Don't mind me. I'm going to regret taking 2 creative writing classes in 1 semester. Well, I was like the only one that turned in my work in my last creative writing class, and I made somebody cry in my final, so.
Nice.
It was a story about a guy that falls in love with this girl who's a vampire, and she dies. And, like, somebody started tearing up. No. I did make a Twilight joke in there because I felt I had to.
I've never seen it, and a part of me wants to just for the joke. Just for the irony.
They announced a GRC short. Would you be cool with that? Yeah, sure, that works.
Yes, but I'd be a little bit slightly annoyed because me and Piston Cup Productions are working on the GRC movie.
I feel like people are, for whatever reason, expecting the GRC to be more than just a toy line, and like it's just a toy line, man.
I mean, hey, we'd have Francesco return.
I can dream.
The only good part of Cars 2, Francesco return.
# release the vampire review. No. I sent it to Robin and he immediately sent me back criticism, and I was like, okay, well, everyone in my class liked it.
Here's a little deep dive into my series. I almost made a planes series.
So did I. Hold on. Not to cut you off, but I was going to make a plane series like a month after I started my channel, when the only planes I had were Hydro Wheels, Dusty with pontoons, and Chug. And you can still find the trailer as one of the first videos on my channel. It's called Planes the Rejects. And it's about Dusty training a bunch of planes that weren't qualified to be racers, and they were just the planes I had from the Cars line. Like the Dynaco helicopter, the Aloft blend. And he had to train them to become racers because Dusty had some sort of injury where he couldn't fly anymore. and that was why I was using the Hydro Wheel one. It was all I had, but in universe and the story, he had to get modified and could only be on the ground. It wasn't made. I said, like, I'll make it if I get 3 likes on my video. It got 3 likes, I didn't make it.
Mine, you see, I was like, I was pulling an MCU here. I was having a whole layout. So I was going to make, so season 5 was like after Cars 2, and season 6 was going to be like around 2013-ish.
Right, I remember you going over the plan once.
It was like the T-Rock.
Yeah.
This is like, I think, a different one, I think. This was back when my series, this was, like, the plan was all to be canon to my series. But, I was gonna do, like, the T-Rock as a whole season. But there was one downside. I had no T-Rock racers, so.
Okay.
that was the reason I didn't do it. And then I was gonna do like a Planes spin-off because that would be there on the time Planes actually took place. Then I was gonna do like 3 seasons dedicated to like the Cars 3 era.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna make a Cars 4.
I made a Cars 4 one. I made a Cars 4 once. People like it. I think I got too many comments on the song I wrote for that movie. Somebody a few months ago was like, "Yo, can I use the?" I was like at a movie. I think I was seeing the Barbie movie, and I stepped out to go to the bathroom, and I got a comment. It's like, "Hey, can I use the song you wrote for your Cars fan film for my project?" And I was like, "I think that's a high honor." Anyway, I gotta go for a second. I will be right back. I will.
Get to entertain the audience.
Oh boy.
So, would anyone like some tires? I'm trying to pull up the YouTube comments so I can actually see it. Let's see. Okay, time for a Q&A with Florida Cars Entertainment. Am I still relevant? I haven't made a video in like years. No, my series is not going on. It ended with season 6 on a cliffhanger question mark. It ended with McQueen's crashing Cars 3 just from the perspective of the townies. So I guess just watch Cars 3 if you want to, and on the road to finish that universe. Favorite custom I've made? Definitely probably the Tard tuners I've made. I've made like the Tard version of the tuners. I've shown it on a previous stream. I do plan on making another series. And I literally have the entire script of season 1 done. I'm just waiting to get the motivation to film it. I literally have like...
Did you say you're trying to start another series?
Yes, but I'm
cool.
waiting. I literally have the entire script of season 1 done.
When does it take place? Unless you don't want to say that.
I'll say.
Never. It doesn't exist.
It takes place in 2378.
Is it canon to the old series or?
And Lizzie's still alive, and she is the queen. No, it's not. No, it's not canon to my old series.
Ah, okay.
Just because there's too many inconsistencies. Like Cars 2 not being canon.
Yeah,
Cars 3 not being canon.
I was gonna say like just make yeah. But when
I just think it'd be easier just to start with a clean slate.
Yeah. So when's it gonna take place?
First season, either 2019 or 2018.
Oh, okay. So it's post Cars 3. Cool.
I'm still deciding the first season, just which will flow better. It doesn't really change the fact, you know. But season 2 kind of jumps ahead a bit to 2023.
See, all of my series, I believe, are technically canon to each other. I never talk about it, but like all of the series that I started as spin-off series and then canned 3 episodes later are all canon to each other on the same timeline, with a few exceptions. Batcar isn't because it's a Batman parody. I had a series called Last Lap, which isn't canon. but it's also like kind of half canon. Last Lap was supposed to be canon, but now it's like a separate timeline. Last Lap ended. The fun thing with Last Lap, it's a series I really enjoyed doing. I actually tried to bring it back once, but I couldn't, just because of how I ended the show. So Last Lap was a series. You know that Florida like elimination speedway playset they did in 2017 or so, where the cars get flipped off the track.
Yeah.
So I bought that. And Last Lap was a fever dream Lizzie had once. No, that's Lizzie's Grand Adventure, which is also canon. Someone asked me to do a Lizzie series once. It was great. I don't remember any of it, but I think I reacted to an episode of it on stream once. Anyway, so Last Lap, I used that elimination track. And it was about all these cars being called to like this mysterious location, and they would just be mysteriously eliminated from the track. And they were trying to find out the mystery of this place and how it worked and all that. And eventually, it took this whole kind of interesting meta angle. But the thing that was really fun about it was that two things. Number one, it was completely unscripted. My series is actually unscripted, which like a lot of people don't know. I know what I'm doing when I'm filming episodes.
My series was unscripted, except for like the last season, kinda.
I always know what I'm doing before I film, but for me it's just easier to just say lines instead of write a script. Like even my iceberg videos, all the Uptown Funk videos I do, I never use a script. It's just easier for me to just say it off the cuff. It just sounds more natural to me. I tried to do a video for Uptown Funk using a script a few months back, and it just sounded like so artificial. So anyway, also it takes a lot more time to write the script first, when I could just go in knowing what I'm going to say beforehand. It's just how I do things. Anyway, but the thing is, with my videos, typically, obviously I know the trajectory, I know where they have to go. Some of the jokes are ad-libbed, some I have planned ahead of time, but I always know, obviously, the general plot of the scene and where it's supposed to go and what's supposed to happen. The interesting thing with Last Lap was, this was right after YouTube introduced the community page. So every episode, viewers would vote for what new character would be brought in the next episode, which was part of the unscripted part. I never knew what character was going to be added to the race in the next episode. And while I chose what 4 cars would go on the elimination track every episode, nowadays if I did it, I would probably use a random name picker to make it even more random. What car got eliminated was completely up to chance, completely up to the playset. So I was working this whole big arc in Season 2 where everybody forgets what happened except McQueen. And people think he's going crazy, and he's like so close to uncovering things. But then I was like, okay, I have 3 episodes left. Let's put McQueen on the elimination track this week. McQueen gets eliminated, and I had to abandon the story I was building up all season with him to coincide with the fact that McQueen got eliminated. That was what was fun about it. I had to... Fishtail ended up being the lead character of the last episode because he was the only car that wasn't eliminated. So it always made for these really interesting story opportunities, and I had to end the series in 2019 because of COPPA stuff. Because if your channel was marked as for kids, you weren't. I was terrified of the COPPA stuff when it was going on. You weren't allowed to have a community page, so I didn't have one for a little while. And that's why I canceled the series, and it ended. And I tried to write like a treatment for Season 3 because I really wanted to bring it back, and I couldn't. I tied it up too neatly to ever bring it back.
That kind of reminds me of like, do you remember like Little Harky?
Yeah.
I think, didn't he have like some sort of elimination series?
I think he might have. Let's see what we're...
Another great community member that was gone.
Gone as soon as he showed up. You could reboot it, maybe. I guess so, but I don't want to do a reboot, because what's the point? What's the point of a reboot when I could continue it?
I'm currently working. It's funny. I literally have been working on one of the sets for my new series, and I haven't worked on it in like 3 months because I lost motivation. But now I just randomly got motivation to work on it.
I've just been playing 2048 in the background the entire stream. I do it pretty often.
I plan on like building miniature sets for this series.
That'll be fun. I used to do that. I did that
But
before I
maybe
had the
Diamond
Precision
too.
Series sets.
Wait, what?
I said I did that before I had Precision Series sets.
I also plan to use a tiny bit of CGI.
Ooh. Ambitious.
You're gonna get some Flash type CGI.
Oh no.
Nah,
You're gonna call up
Andy.
Andy Serkis and tell him,
Like-
buddy, get the green screen suit. You're playing Lightning McQueen.
Nah, CGI like Lightning McQueen played by Disney Duck.
Are you getting voice actors for it?
Yes, 100. Oh yeah, 100%.
Can I you better contact me.
Yes, I want everyone to be involved.
I do a wonderful Arnold Schwarzenegger if you need a Hummer Sven. I've been told my Lightning McQueen is either terrible or awful. Somebody said I do a British woman's voice very nicely once. I also do a pretty solid Mickey Mouse. Goofy! Shut up! Yeah, we do that on stream a lot for some reason.
Whenever I clarify everyone, I should probably clarify everyone before I start getting messages from like, I don't know, like a 5-year-old or something.
I could play Jackson Storm. Can I play Jackson Storm just because I want to play a character that a terrible person played?
Cars rewritten and it was a mess.
That's why I don't use voice actors, man. The only time I use voice actors now are for cameos. I will gladly audition my part as Jackson Storm just so that I could say I voiced a character Armie Hammer played for my own personal humor and satisfaction. Anyway, let me know. I'd love to be a part of it.
Basically, I think like the age limit, I think like 17, I think, or higher. You know.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side. I mean that, like I said, I want for this to be released in 2025.
Oh, okay.
I want it to be. Like I said, I'm going like super deep into detail with this.
Yeah, you haven't even like announced it officially. It's okay. The 13 people watching this live stream will know.
Wait, sorry,
Guys, when you click off the stream, I'm going to need you all to sign non-disclosure agreements. Okay, from Plushorama, is race official Tim going to stay in Cars Adventures? Someone asked me this earlier. I don't think he is. So we have a big running joke in my series with these 3 Piston Cup security cars who are like downright my favorite characters ever. I adore them and they're just idiots and they're great. There's one episode dedicated to them becoming a Beatles cover band for some reason, where I just used like the only 3 Beatles songs I know and made them about crews who they were trying to protect at the time. And I want to keep using them, but the problem is I'm not having situations where Piston Cup security is needed. So a few seasons ago, they show up as bodyguards for Mater, who's running for mayor. And in the most recent episode, Fillmore hires them to look over his house. And in that big haul of 30 cars my friend Robin sent me, there was a really damaged race official Tom that I asked him to send me for repaints. And I decided to introduce him as race official Tim, which is like Tom's nephew, who's on his first assignment. And Fillmore goes like, hey, yeah, this is race official Tim, we're training him. And Fillmore goes, training him, but he's all beaten up. And Tom goes, yeah, I told you we were training him. I didn't say we were doing a good job. So Tim appears. Watch the most recent episode. Shameless plug. Tim is there. I don't think I'm ever going to use him again, purely because I got that car to repaint. Somebody asked earlier on, will you repaint him to be more unique looking than just a Tom repaint? I don't think I will. I think the plan is just not use him again. Just have him be a one-off, because eventually that'll be painted into something. But he seemed to be pretty popular from what I've seen, so I may be forced to keep him now.
You know what's funny too for this series? I literally have like soundtrack and like songs I've been listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Downside, they're copyrighted.
They're copyrighted. Yeah, I was literally yesterday, I was listening to this song, I was like, dude, I could use this in an episode of my series so well. And I was almost like, should I record a cover of it? And I was like, no, I don't think I will.
Like, cause I would love, oh shoot, what is it? I'm trying to remember what the song's called now. It was used for like the teaser for Cars 1.
Oh, okay, I think it's isn't it a Green Day song?
Westbound Sign?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Green
it
Day.
is. West Down Sign is the
Mhm.
name of the song. I wanted to use it for like the opening race scene.
Mm-hmm. Please don't tell me McQueen is racing in your
Because-
series.
No.
Woo! I was gonna cut all time.
Technically,
Are you if
he
you're
is,
if you're
but
doing like
the-
XRS stuff, then I give you a pass.
yeah.
Okay.
Should I just give like spoilers that are totally out of context?
No, I don't think I want to know yet. I don't want to be spoiled.
Spoilers out of context.
I was at a restaurant after Infinity War came out, and just like this group of kids was in there, and one kid goes, "Infinity War spoilers without context," and he snaps his finger, and it's like, dude, if you saw the trailer, you know what that means. Shut up. It's like everybody knows the significance of that. That's not a that's not a spoiler without context. That's just you saying how the movie ends.
Yeah.
A friend of mine came on my last stream in the chat, and she starts talking about how when she went to see The Last Jedi, some theater employee was so mad after seeing it that he just spoiled the entire movie to them when they were walking in.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna be honest. I probably would have done the same. I probably would. Okay, probably not, but
I was like, when I went to see Venom 2, the theater staff was like, dude, like the ending's crazy, the credit scene's crazy, and I was like, it was kind of
I literally
underwhelming.
watched the end credits scene before I went to. I watched Venom 2 in theaters after already watching the end credits.
I think I already knew what it was gonna be. I already knew. I'm seeing the new Planet of the Apes tomorrow. I've heard it's very good.
I haven't seen the last movie I saw in theaters was Kung Fu Panda 4.
I think the last movie I saw in theaters was the Barbie movie. I haven't been to a theater this year. Somebody asked me, like, what movies are you looking forward to this year? And I was like, well, the only things I think I'm seeing are Deadpool and the Joker sequel and Venom 3. And they're like, oh, so you're only watching villain movies? I'm like, sorry, that's what's out.
I actually bought tickets to see Inside Out 2.
Okay. See, I think I'll just watch that on Disney Plus. I thought the
That's
first
fair.
one was
It'll
fine.
probably drop within like a month. So
I think I like it less than the average person, but...
Hold on 1 second. I am going to grab food for. I'll be back in
Okay.
like 2 minutes.
What about Garfield? What I'm sorry, Cars Ignite. My interest in the Garfield movie is lower than
You don't want to watch Chris Pratt and Samuel L. Jackson?
I'd like to watch them in a movie that isn't the Garfield movie.
Okay, so Avengers Endgame, got it.
Okay, yeah. Where their screen time is a total of like 45 seconds. Seen Garfield ties. Sorry, not sorry. Is that out already? I thought that came out this weekend. I think it's next week. Is that coming out the same weekend as the Mad Max prequel? That's gonna be insane. Who's seeing Garfieldiosa, dude? May 24th. Oh dang, it's competing with those aren't the same audience, but the Garfield movie coming out the same day as the Mad Max prequel is pretty funny to me. I have to watch Fury Road. I wrote an entire report for my editing class last semester on Mad Max Fury Road without having seen Mad Max Fury Road, and I got like a 95 on the assignment. And my teacher was like, yeah, it's so good, like the points you made were so good. And I was like, I read the Wikipedia for Fury Road and watched a 3-minute scene from it. I got like a perfect grade on the assignment. I got to see Fury Road though. I don't know. I mean, I think the Garfield movie will do just fine. Garfield's such an interesting franchise, and the fact that like Garfield fans are not a thing, unironically. Like, I truly believe that there's not a single person on this planet that actually finds Garfield funny, and it's just like you like him because he's not funny. And that's kind of it. Like, that's it. Garfield's on those lists of, like, how is this a franchise again? Watch the Garfield the cat stands explode my channel now. I'm gonna get canceled. Time to whip out the ukulele. I gotta write a
Three
song.
comes out. I don't know why that just made me think this. You just said Stan. I was like, it just made me think of Sonic.
Look, I don't really, you know.
You don't like Sonic? I am totally 100% there with you.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
But
I didn't.
But I've seen the first two in theaters. I don't know why I have.
I wasn't even talking about Sonic. I didn't even. I was just gonna bring up Garfield again. Yeah, no. People constantly ask me if I'm a Sonic fan. I'm like, no.
Same.
The fan base
Okay,
is scary.
I've tried to get into the franchise.
I'm
if
not
that makes
like
sense.
anti-Sonic. It's just not something I was into. I'll watch the movies one day, I guess. I'm just like, I don't get why people like. Here's my hot
First
take
one's
on the
awful,
Sonic
second
movies.
one had a good ending.
I haven't seen the Sonic movies, but my hot take on the Sonic movies is that people only like them because they're Sonic movies. Because they have so little to
Yeah.
do with the games. It's like, yeah, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, where he
Okay,
teams
the
up with a
second
cop
one does. The
played by
second one
Cyclops.
actually does.
Yeah, but like, I feel like people only liked the first one because they were that desperate for a Sonic movie. And again, I haven't
Yeah.
seen them, so they may be like the Citizen Kane of blue CGI Hedgehog movies. I don't know. But that's like my hot take. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I feel like when the first Sonic movie came out, people who said it were good felt to me like they were just kind of coping. But I haven't seen them, so I'm not familiar to, you know, I'm not in the place to say that. I think you forgot Ugly Sonic was a thing. Exactly. I think a lot of
watched a video
people.
movie.
I think people were just so like happy that they listened to them that they were just kind of like, yeah, see, it's good now. It's like, is it? Is it? Again, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm just saying, I don't know Sonic, but I know Sonichu like the back of my hand. I know the Sonic fan base better than I know Sonic, and they scare me.
Ugly Sonic was in the Chip and Dale movie.
Yeah, that movie was.
That was the only good part about that movie.
I liked Batman versus E.T. That was pretty good.
Okay, now there were some like nerd jokes that were like, I'm surprised they got away with.
Yeah. That whole
like-
movie, I was like, wait, how did you do that legally?
Yeah.
It's parody law. I looked into it.
Yeah. Like, we got Seth Rogen voicing 5 characters at once.
Yeah.
Mantis had more lines in that movie than Kung Fu Panda 4,
Yikes.
which is very sad. Are you into like the Kung Fu Panda franchise?
No, I've never watched them, but I've heard they're good.
What? What?
Okay, here's the list of significant movies I've never seen. The Lion King. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters
seen
with
Ghostbusters.
women. Ghostbusters with Paul Rudd. Ghostbusters with Paul Rudd again, but this time there's like ice or whatever. The Godfather. A Bug's Life. A Bug's
Really?
Life 2, Revenge of the Bugs.
That doesn't exist.
A Rug's Life, a Drug's Life, a Hug's Life. I thought they made way too many sequels. The Angry Birds movie 2, the live action Smurfs
How is
2.
that significant?
It's very significant. The movies the Nostalgia Critic made, Smosh the movie. I'm not kidding about any of these. These are all not things I've seen. Ted 2.
I want to watch this. The Human Spider. I can agree with you, but that's not a high bar.
Yeah,
both.
you know, there are a good few significant things. Yes, I've never seen The Lion King. I'll take that to the grave. People hate me when I say that. I know it.
As long as you haven't seen the live action one.
Well, why would I? I don't hate myself that much. I mean, first 2006. Yeah, never seen that one. Yeah, no, I've never seen A Bug's Life. I actually mentioned in a video a few years ago. There's this one guy who was commenting like, "Go watch A Bug's Life. Go watch A Bug's Life." I had a dream once where somebody came to me and like went into my house and was like, "Hey, you should go watch A Bug's Life."
What are you doing in my house?
They were trying to get me to watch A Bug's Life. Look, okay, I haven't seen Spy Kids, Spy Kids 2, Spy Kids 3, Spy Kids 4 Out of Time, the new Spy Kids, or any of the Machete movies, which is a shame because my blood is Danny Trejo.
Have you seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
No. I've seen parts of it. Go watch A Bug's Life. Oh, no.
Okay, you should watch that one. Okay, I know people say it's like bad, but like, it's because they're comparing it to like Toy Story 2 and Monsters Inc. because it came out during that era.
Right.
If you compare it to like the Pixar movies that came out today, A Bug's Life is really good.
Let's see, any other like
Megan's not
notable
by far,
classics I've never seen? I think I just lost half the audience with The Lion King. I mean, I like the part where the king starts lying. That part was pretty cool. I like the part where the warthog farts.
Wait, what?
Have you seen Toy Story and the Cars movies? Imagine I ran an entire channel and had not seen Cars. That would be the biggest like plot twist of all time. Yes, I've seen them, obviously.
I mean, Lark, you said he never saw Planes 1 and 2 and had no idea they existed, so...
When I started my channel, I actually hadn't seen Planes 2, and I watched it like 2 months later.
That's fair.
But I knew
the
of
fact
it,
that
I
he
just
had no
hadn't
idea
seen
they existed.
Let me think of like other, because there are definitely significant movies out there that like everybody loves that I've never seen. The ones I usually say are Lion King and Ghostbusters.
Have you seen every other Pixar movie?
I've seen. Let's see. I haven't seen The Good Dinosaur deliberately. I never got around to Elemental, but I meant to. I think other than that, I've seen everything at least once.
It's okay. It's just it's fine.
I remember not liking WALL-E as a kid, and I rewatched it in a film class a few years ago, and I was like, wait, this movie's so good.
I know. It's good.
I didn't like Soul though, and I don't get why people did.
See, I really like music, so kind of biased.
I also didn't like Encanto, and I feel like it was way overhyped, and I'm sick of Lin-Manuel
See,
Miranda.
not Pixar.
No, I know. I'm just saying, as long as I'm on my recent movies that I didn't like what everybody unanimously did, I was like, I didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't get the hype.
I do think it's overrated, but I watched it like. So, I'm trying not to make a sob story. My grandma died.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna get out of the way. And I remember like that was like the first movie I watched, and it made me like feel better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So see,
like,
you have a deeper connection. I watched it on Christmas, and I was sick. So maybe it's connotation. But.
And then I also watched Spider-Man No Way Home
There you
right
go.
after that as well.
See,
So
I think
that.
like I was disappointed when I watched it. I thought the music wasn't good enough because a lot of Lin-Manuel Miranda stuff is I think he's kind of overhyped, but a lot of his stuff is pretty good. I was disappointed by a lot of the music, and I was also disappointed that they had this cast of like 12 people and like they focus on 2 of them. I was like, half of you barely speak. I was like, at the beginning of the movie, I was like, I can't wait for all of these people to get their own song. I was like, no, like 3 of them do, and I was like, you blew it. You wasted the potential of a large cast in a musical, and there aren't even like ensemble numbers other than like 1 or 2. And I was like, I don't get why people like this movie. Maybe it's just my mom says my mom's a first grade teacher, so she had a lot of kids coming in talking about how much they liked it, and her theory is just that it was still the pandemic and it was like the only kids movie that was out. I didn't get it, man.
I definitely enjoy. I honestly think it could benefit a sequel. It's like one of those rare movies I think a sequel could work.
Coping with the missed potential of Encanto. Yeah, I mean the thing is like it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I think like it's one of those movies that I desperately wanted.
I mean, Wish makes Encanto look like a gem. So
right. See, it's one of those things where I'm like, I want to like you so bad, but I can't. It's as simple as that. I couldn't. And it's not often that I find
Okay,
myself in
random
that
question.
position.
So, I think we talked about this before, but my favorite Pixar movie is Monsters Inc.
Okay.
I can't wait for the 14 people here to start. Actually, it'd be 13 because I'm one of them to start hating on me. But
My favorite Pixar movie is Coco, so it's okay.
Monsters at Work.
Yeah, you said this on the last stream, how good the second season is.
Oh, I did. Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
What are your thoughts
It's not
on
a-
NASCAR? I don't follow NASCAR, and people ask me a lot about NASCAR. I have no interest. I'm just not into sports. I don't know if you would. I know some people qualify NASCAR as a sport. I just get bored to death.
I know Daryl Cartrip or Daryl Waltrip and Bobo Wheelhouse. I mean Wallace.
I know Lewis Hamilton from Fortnite. See, I like the fact that like I'm not into real cars. So people ask me like, "What's your dream car?" And it's like I don't have one. I don't really care. I like the cars with the silly mouths. Cars fans aren't into NASCAR gang. Where are you at? There you go. My favorite Pixar movie is Cars or Finding Nemo. See, at least you didn't say Finding Dory.
If I had to, Finding Dory's just okay.
I like the Pixar movie where the octopus drives a semi-truck off a cliff.
Fun fact: he was supposed to be a drunk octopus.
Cool.
But they
That would be
scrapped
such
it
a
because-
sick band name, Drunk Octopus. What's up,
He was
guys?
supposed
We're
to be
Drunk
off
Octopus.
of, he's supposed to be drunk off of hot sauce.
I love kids media creating other excuses to make somebody be under the influence of drugs.
Yep. I think there's actually a biological reason for that though. So
okay. There's like the Gravity Falls episode where Mabel gets high off of expired candy. What's another one? There was one I was literally just thinking about. That one, in Spectacular Spider-Man, when they can't have Harry Osborn have his drinking problems, so he's just like doing steroids behind his locker. It's like, Harry,
I remember that.
are you drinking steroids again? He's like, no. And then in Dumbo,
Remember-
he just straight up.
Pinocchio just straight up had beer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Turning them donkeys.
It was a different time. We could do that then.
I remember watching the live action remake because I just hated myself that day, I guess. And
I'm sorry. Oh no,
Uh,
why? We could call you Chris Pie. Why would you do
I
that?
remember like they just straight up just kept saying root beer. Like they just
Yeah.
had to do the emphasis on the root.
Yeah, that was so fun. Drinking steroids. Nobody clipped that. Yeah, I mean, there's. I stopped watching Spectacular Spider-Man at like the Venom symbiote, the symbiote suit arc, and everybody loves it. And I'm like, I know I said this like last stream. I can't hear you roid rage. I couldn't get past the art style. It was like kind of a turn off to me.
We're getting a new Spider-Man show, and it's funny because like everyone was looking forward to this, but then X-Men '97 came out, and now like everyone's turning on it because they want it to be.
They wanted to be a Spider-Man
98.
continuation. Well, MJ got in the last episode of X-Men, so that kind
Yes,
of undoes the
that-
ending. I thought people were going to be upset with that because she goes missing at the end of the little Spider-Man show.
I think the creator straight up said that he just found her.
Okay, good for him. Proud of him. That happened off screen. They continue the show. It's
I
like,
don't
yeah,
think they should make. I personally don't think they should make a Spider-Man '98
me
show.
neither. Just,
Hot take, but I think they could make like a movie.
I don't know. I don't think we need to continue everything ever.
Well, I know. But
I'm
I think a
afraid just because
movie
X-Men
would be
did well, they're going to be
fine.
like, now we're doing the Incredible Hulk 90s show 2. It's like, oh, not again.
But information of the new Spider-Man show dropped.
Did they drop some more
I think
from it? Because it's been a mess.
Basically they said like the plot of like
the show, it's gonna be like Spider-Man in his high school years, where he's just broke and taking care of Aunt May.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already knew that, but it had this whole mess where it was
And
originally
it's
canon
so
to
funny
the
how, like,
MCU, and
everyone
now it's
on
not.
like social media is either hating on it or saying like, "OMG, broke Spider-Man! This is the content I've been waiting for."
I
And
mean,
it's funny, like,
Daredevil's in it, and it's the black suit Daredevil, so that's pretty cool. Daredevil's my
Yeah.
guy.
Like, I know Doctor Strange is in it as well.
I want them
Uh,
to just, like, have guts for once and throw Big Wheel in there. Come on. Like, literally, like, one of these days they're gonna announce a Marvel show and it's gonna be like, you know who's in the side cast? Whizzer! He's a guy that runs super fast because he got a blood transfusion from a mongoose. I love Whizzer. He's amazing. Just
So unless if we have college Spider-Man, here's a hot take. I think high school Spider-Man is great to have a starting point, because that means your show can run longer, assuming they're going to go the long game with this. We could have 4 seasons. The first 4 in high school, the last 4 college.
I mean, I stand by the best. I think the best Spider-Man adaptation in media is the video game. Quite frankly, in all honesty, I think we need more like almost adult Spider-Man. You know, I think we need more young adult Spider-Man. But
Oh yeah, definitely. My favorite Spider-Man era is like college Spider-Man.
yeah,
I just like that kind of form of him more.
yeah. I feel like they just go the high school route often because it resonates with a younger audience the most.
Yeah.
But something like
I
the
like
video
adult
game.
Spider-Man. I mean, the PlayStation games is like the best adult Spider-Man in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
But really my only criticism is like, I'm trying not to, because some people might get this the wrong way. I love Miles, I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're kind of starting to shoehorn him into a point where it's like,
A lot of parts of the
Starting
second
to
game,
off.
unfortunately, felt like he didn't need to be there. It was like, which was unfortunate.
I
And
like
also,
the second
like-
game. I do, but it
Like,
could have been tweaked a bit more.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like his
yeah.
inclusion with I cannot remember his name now for the life of me. Gosh, it's driving me nuts.
Craven?
The villain from the previous game.
Mr. Negative.
Yeah, Mr. Negative. His inclusion, like,
That was cool.
in bringing Miles, that was cool.
I
That was a
I
great
honestly
way
didn't
to
expect that. I was like, oh, he doesn't need to be back when the trailer came out, and that was like such a cool part.
Yeah, I was not expecting like his bigger role in this game. But like also like
And where they end him is
that
really
was a great way
interesting.
to include Miles into the story, the main story.
I was recapping the game to my friend one day, and the next, like, I'm in a history class next day, and he sends me some TikTok of some guy who's, like, playing a cutscene from the Black Cat Art and just screaming, like, that should be me!
Wait, what? What's the context of the clip?
I actually didn't watch it. I was like, no thanks.
Oh yeah, apparently there's a huge rumor that Black Cat is supposed to be in Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, that's perfect. They wanted Ant-Man, because they're going to, like, steal something from Kingpin. There are a few things I'm more excited for than Spider-Man 4, purely because Daredevil's in it, okay?
Ant-Man?
They wanted Ant-Man originally, and then I guess they realized, like, wait, Black Cat is literally a thief. And, like, I'm excited. I've wanted her in a movie for years, and I'm just happy that the MCU got to her before Sony did.
Yes, I'm Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Make her hair the right color this time, you cowards. She's Amazing Spider-Man. Jen Erso playing her in one scene with the wrong hair color.
That was her.
Yeah, it's Felicity Jones. Good for her. What's she been up to?
I have no idea.
I feel like you haven't heard from her after Rogue One. They interviewed her for the 5th anniversary of Rogue One, and she was like, I never saw the movie. It's like, oh, cool. I never watched it after it came out.
Actually?
Well, she was at the premiere. She hasn't seen it since it came out. What has she been doing?
Hot take, I think it's probably my favorite Star Wars movie.
Let me just look up what she's been up to. On today's edition of just looking up people. This is my new segment where I just Google actors I haven't really heard of recently, and go to their Wikipedia pages, and I just ask what they're up to. Funny, it's just 3 pictures of her. She just has different hairstyles, and it's like, guys, there's not really a point. Okay, oh, wow, she has her own filmography page. Good for her. What's she been up to? Okay, she was in a movie last year called Deadshot, no relation. Oh, there she is. She's on the poster. Hi, Generoso, how you doing? And then she's in 2 movies that aren't out yet. And then has she done TV? No. Her hosting SNL doesn't count, Wikipedia. It doesn't count. Okay, let's see how Deadshot did. Haven't heard of it. This guy...
I don't know if this is... I mean, I don't think anyone cares. It's a Sony product, so no one cares. Silk Spider Just Society series is no longer in development.
I'm okay with that, but I'm terrified of live-action Nick Cage Spider-Man Noir.
Okay,
okay, the movie Generoso was just in, only released in Ireland. So I'm sure she's doing real well right now.
I don't know if you heard this, but the creators of Spider-Verse movie...
They're producing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're producing Sony-related stuff now.
Good! I know they're producing the
Yes.
Nick Cage show.
So, that's a huge yes. Because, like, this might be a hot take, but the Sony products they're just kind of bad. I don't know if anyone would agree with me with that.
Yeah,
but...
oh great, she's gonna be in some Christmas comedy movie later this year. Be on the lookout for that. Then we'll finally stop asking where she went. So just to be clear, Wingo's review comes out after the stream, right? It's 10:30 where I am, and I'm very tired. I'm doing this stream instead of the review. The Wingo review will be out tomorrow. I like that sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like doing a review today. I don't feel like doing a video today. Let me do a 3-hour live stream.
We could have done a Planes 4 reaction live stream.
I did a Planes,
Planes 2.
I did a Planes, watching old Planes videos, live stream for the anniversary last year, and I got copyright claim for the Franz song.
Don't mess with France.
So if you just go through my copyright claims, one of them is for like, crop duster can race. I was like, okay.
Oh, according to this tweet on Twitter, Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man...
You mean this X on X?
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 movie is supposed to drop May 3rd, 2024, apparently, according to this tweet.
Cool. Just in time.
Let's see. Hot take, but like, I don't want a Spider-Man 4 from Sam Raimi.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Like,
You know, there are a lot of things I
like-
don't want from Marvel right now. Like, content.
like, because people are like sick and tired of them making sequels, yet they're asking for sequels that are just stuff that they want.
Yeah, I don't I don't think it's I'd rather get an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
At least let him get a trilogy. Andrew Garfield is such a good actor. He needs like his story should be completed. And also
Yeah,
like he's not middle-aged.
Also, Spider-Man 4 is supposed to start filming in the fall and will
Be
release
released,
in late
yeah.
2025.
Yeah, I read that. Which kind of sucks because they're just fast-tracking it because Sony wants to. Literally, less than a week after Bob Iger says, yeah, we're making sure Marvel makes no more than 3 movies a year now, Sony's like, Spider-Man 4 is coming out the same year as 3 other movies.
Okay, I don't know if I'd count that just because it's a Sony-related thing.
Hey,
Kind of like a
where's
bonus.
the Blade movie?
Okay, so I do know the line. I saw someone like post like the lineup for. I know they said that, but I do think
It's not
Sony's
in
gonna-
next year's lineup. Blade, it's not. It's Blade is off the calendar.
Oh, it is. Okay, I could have sworn it was when it's supposed to be out next year. Okay.
Let me double check real quick. But the
Isn't
story
it
behind
Fantastic
the story behind the MCU Blade movie has been insane. It was announced almost 5 years ago now. There was one point where there was a script that was like 90 pages with only one action scene. There's a script where Blade had like fourth billing. It's been it's been such
remember
a
that.
oh, it's slated for November 5th of next year. Good luck. I'm sure that'll happen.
So I believe there's actually supposed to be 4 movies, not including Spider-Man.
Yeah, well then it will be 5. Can't wait for the superhero fatigue bros to come back.
I'm going to give them an exception because, I mean, there's only 1 movie this year.
Yeah, but like
So-
that's kind of the point.
It got pushed back because of the writer's strike. So I'm going to give them a tiny bit of pass, but...
They get no passes from me. They made She-Hulk.
Okay, I'm going to give them a pass if Deadpool 3 is good.
I don't think that counts because that's kind of not their movie. The fact that we're at the point where people are like, Deadpool will save the MCU, it's like, okay, but like it's barely an MCU movie.
Yeah.
It's a sequel to something
And,
from a
like,
different
it's also,
franchise.
like, same thing with Guardians 3. It's like, it's James Gunn. It's James Gunn. It's obviously it's going to be good.
Yeah, and also Black Panther 2. You're looking at the ones that feel like they're written by committee. You're like Ant-Man's. You're like ones that don't have their own style.
Yeah.
You're waiting for those to be good again.
Like Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Shang-Chi was good.
Shang-Chi was
Shang-Chi is like
great.
so underrated.
It is. I love it so much. By the way, apparently James Wan, I think that's his name, is supposed to be
Doing
rumored.
Yeah, allegedly
direct
doing
Spider-Man
Spider-Man 4
4?
now. He did Aquaman, the most movie I've ever
Okay.
seen.
Aquaman 2 is surprisingly really good. in
Is
my
it though?
opinion.
I think it was alright.
Yes.
I mean, I like how they
I'm
cropped
sending you
Amber
a
Heard after
video
every
of,
other
like,
scene.
One of the fight scenes. If the
I've
fight
seen
scenes
it.
are like this, we're like,
I've seen it. I just
Oh.
like that they literally cropped Amber Heard out of almost every shot she was on.
yeah, okay, yeah. Everyone's like saying like Amber Heard's in it, like boo, bad. I was like, but the amount of scenes she's been cut out is like I have to applaud him for that at least.
It's so her inclusion is so awkward. There's a scene where they're like making their battle plan towards the end, and she's sitting next to him. And they literally cut her off like here in the screen, and that's just not how filmmaking works. That's not how you shoot somebody. She was so obviously
Yeah.
cropped just so that you don't have to look at Amber Heard, and I
Mhm.
find that so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
It's like people are saying why do you cut her? I was like, well, one, I believe it was all filmed before
The
all that
trial.
stuff kind of
Yeah.
went down. And like, 2, she was the love interest of the movie, and like one of the big movie plots is that he's a father now. It's like you kind of need her.
Yeah,
And
it
they
was
couldn't
there were
have-
several scenes where I was just like, okay, where's his wife? And the other thing is, like, honestly, I know it was filmed before, but if it weren't, you could have written her out so easily and just had her be with
Yeah.
the kid.
Yeah.
But instead there are scenes of him talking with his father, Jango Fett, who only played Jango Fett and never played another Star Wars character, about how like
he played he played the
oh yeah, he played a few clones, yeah. There are a few scenes where they're just like talking about like having a family, and it's like you're married. Where's your wife? And the same thing to him. Where was Nicole Kidman for like 90% of that movie? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
She was too busy doing her AMC ads, actually. Well, I mean, the other good thing with James Wan is he mainly does horror, and if they're doing the black suit storyline here, he'll be a good choice.
I think director-wise, in terms of like the visual of the movie, I think it's gonna look great.
Yeah, I mean, look, you need a good story. You need a good writer, first and foremost. I don't care who's directing. I need a good script.
The director, like people are like looking at the director like, ooh, bad directors. Like, you also have co-directors. You got writers.
You
I
also
mean,
have a script. And, like, the thing is,
Yeah.
everything is so perfectly in place for that movie. You have the Kingpin stuff and the Daredevil stuff, and you have the concept of him going off the deep end because everybody forgot who he was. So he's
Yeah,
with
so
Black Cat, who is,
kinda
like, meant to be a bad influence on him. And then the symbiote, which is also a bad influence. It's shaping up
You
to have
the
everything
puzzle
fit
piece.
so perfectly. If you botch this, I will be shocked. It's so hard to
Same.
mess up the pieces you have because they all fit so perfectly. Also, Punisher
They really
cameo,
do.
please.
It's like everything is like perfectly in placed, and it's like people are like annoyed that Zendaya is also. I think she is confirmed to be here. It's like
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he
have
has
a
to.
problem
He has to
with
tell
most of what
them.
she does.
He has to
She's
tell
awesome.
her and Ned the truth by the end. I think.
Yeah, or at least maybe just have Spider-Man stalk them. That sounds weird.
I'm very curious
You know.
as to who they'll get to play Black Cat. I wonder who they'll.
Me
Okay.
too.
I'm sure they'll find
very
someone good.
curious. I'm trying to think of like.
She's supposed.
They should have that other character from the Shake It Up show, the redhead character.
Oh yeah, no, she kind of went crazy. We can't have her.
Oh wait, she did. No.
Yeah,
I was trying to make a funny joke, but okay.
that would have been good though.
She used to play MJ.
I don't know. We'll see. I think Black Cat's usually a little bit older than him, but I don't really think that matters that much.
It's not like crazy old.
No, just like a few
Like-
years. I think.
Um,
The one thing I don't want is for her to be a good partner to him. In the comics currently, which are written by a terrible writer who was one of the guys that did She-Hulk, you've probably heard of how bad the current Spider-Man comics are. They suck. But he's with her, and they're actually a decent couple, and I don't like it. I think it works much better when she's just into Spider-Man and not Peter Parker, because I think that's really funny.
I know that was the part. Another thing I really hope they do with this movie is it was something I never liked with the I do like the Tom Holland movies. I do.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the only people who likes all of them.
I do.
But
I don't get why people don't like the second one. I think that's weird.
it's fun. I will admit I do think it's a little too much Peter Parker, but at the same time it's kind of the point of the movie, so I'll give it a pass. But I never liked how he just always took off his mask in talking scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Homecoming, I don't think had a problem with this. But other two, I feel like he always took off his mask.
I never really
Took off his
realized
helmet.
that, but I guess, yeah, that's a decent point.
I hope they fix that. It's and it was also kind of a problem of this in Endgame as well. Whenever the Karen of the MCU, what's her name? The MCU Karen, what's her name? Shoot. Captain Marvel. Whenever
no.
she just showed up, he just took off his nanotech mask and was like, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker."
And she's like, I'm gonna say something
Why did you
unfunny.
have to say that? Why did you have to take off your mask to say that? Why did you say your name? I know you're both superheroes, but
She could dox you, and
Yes.
knowing who she is, she probably would.
yeah.
There is no way Captain Marvel
Yeah.
has not, given out somebody's personal information on the internet. I wholeheartedly believe that's something MCU Captain Marvel would do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She's definitely, gone on somebody's Twitch chat and just, leaked where they live. She's gotten somebody's stream sniped.
Yes. I personally wouldn't care too much if, I would, I personally don't want I don't want Spider-Man 4 to be, filled with cameos, if
Yeah.
that makes sense?
I don't think it will
I
be.
just want Daredevil and Kingpin,
Yeah.
but there's one character, I think that needs to return
Scorpion.
for their MCU
Scorpion
debut.
Scorpion is on the rumor lists. He
hmm.
will allegedly be a bounty hunter Kingpin sends out, which is sick. I love that. What?
No. I think it because Peter Parker's landlord.
Oh yeah, Mr. Ditkovich?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I think he should return because he has a partner now, and I think he should return in his live action in his MCU debut.
Right. As long as his daughter is still making him cookies. Ursula Ditkovich is the MVP of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and she doesn't get enough respect.
Mm-hmm. Isn't she like in something like
Is
else
she in
that
something else?
I might have seen?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap things up. Thank you, World of Cars
We did not talk
Entertainment,
about Punk at all.
for joining us.
Actually, we kind of did.
We talked about
kinda
cars significantly more than we have in the past several streams, and I commend
Yeah.
both of us for
did.
that.
Let's talk about the greatest actor in planes, Dan Cook.
Oh, I love Dane Cook. He totally. Find me one person who likes Dane Cook, and I'll find you like the Motor Speedway of the South set for free. I'll do it. Okay.
It was funny because I was watching a reaction video. Someone was reacting to Planes movies,
Yeah.
and Dusty just spoke like 2 lines, and the guy was like, "Is that Dane Cook?" And he was
I'm
like,
surprised
"No,
people
it's
in the
not."
modern day
And
can
then it turned
identify
out it
Dane
actually
Cook.
Was. Wait, what?
I said I'm shocked people in the modern day can identify Dane Cook. I don't think I could pick him out in a police
They were
lineup.
saying it as like a joke too, and then they found out it was.
Well, he wasn't supposed to voice Dusty. He came in late.
Yeah, I know. It was like someone else. I don't remember.
I don't care to remember, but I have to because I'm doing a retrospective on planes. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this live stream. Thank you, World of Cars Entertainment, for joining me. And remember,
No problem. It was totally planned, not just a thing that happened. A big coincidence.
he literally messaged me when I started the stream and said, "Hey, do you want to call for a little bit?" And I was like, "Oh, on the live stream I just started." And he was like, "Oh, you started a live stream?"
And then I got the notification as you said that.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.